Let's talk about the term and relatively new science called exercise mechanics. Mechanics refers to the study of both kinematics and kinetics. Kinematics is the study of movement or motion. Could be applied to anything, but in our case we're going to apply it specifically to the human body. Kinetics is a study of the forces that are associated with or causing the movement studied in kinematics. So let's apply both of those to this idea of exercise or exercise mechanics. You see, biomechanics has been around for a long time and has been part of many curriculum in many universities, but in all honesty hasn't really been applied to exercise. It's been applied to sports performance. It's been applied to orthopedic and other rehab concerns like gait rehab or prosthetics. But really what we're talking about is the specific application of mechanics to exercise. And this includes the study of joint mechanics, muscular mechanics, resistance mechanics, and how all of those combined affects chain mechanics and joint forces. Now the interesting thing is that all of these are further influenced by the effect of intention. Now this is not just what you mentally hope for. This intention we're talking about is what you're actually attempting to do with the resistance of the exercise. All of these factors are amazing, and they will totally change how you will view exercise, just like it changed the way I view exercise. This science will continue to evolve. I've spent 30 years exploring it and teaching it, and I learn more every single day. Now the study of this is very, very important to understand, because to really learn it, to really master it, it's not just a textbook thing. The textbook typically is best learned, the information best understood, when associated with some form of visual presentation. But even that is nowhere near enough to master this process and really evolve your career, your understanding, and most importantly, the outcome for your patients. You see, ultimately, it has to be applied. It has to be in the clinic. It has to be in the facility where you might go to outside of just your individual clinic. So really it's the three-dimensional real-life application that not only is where it all matters, but of course, to me, it's where you really, really learn this information. Now, a very different thing is the use of the information itself. And this requires a true thought process. You see, facts, the information, the principles of exercise mechanics are powerless on their own. Facts do nothing without the skill of applying them. And that really, really is enabled and guided by a thought process. So I've created a formal thought process that truly, after years of trial and error, years of development, is in a position to where it can really change the outcome and your effectiveness and your efficiency in using exercise mechanics. Now, this process is part of a set of continuums, a functional continuum by which we investigate and determine where the individual, not a group of people, not a group of 80-year-olds, not a group of 30-year-olds, but where the individual functions, how they operate, their capabilities, what their structure allows, the individual assessment or evaluation or examination, if you will, of where they are in terms of their functional capabilities. Function meaning inside as the foundation for what the world calls function outside. Now, the way we influence this is with an exercise continuum. And this is where we take the principles of exercise mechanics and use them as a very specific, strategic, and appropriate stimulation to generate change in the individual. Now, there's a lot of new definitions here, a lot of new words maybe. Maybe the words themselves you've known forever, continuum. We think we know the definition of functional, or at least as popular trends would have us believe. So really, in all honesty, this is just the beginning. This little video right here is just the beginning of something you could study, something you could watch over and over again, which I feel is the most important part of education, is continue to review, re-examine things that you're trying to learn in order to see what are the new perspectives I can gain from this. What do I need to let go of from my previous misunderstandings or perceptions that are really going to help me evolve along with the information.